Back in November, 7 on your side's Jason Pederson brought you a special report about inmates dying inside Arkansas prisons after smoking the synthetic drug K2.
Since that report aired, 34 additional people in state prisons have died. We don't know if those cases are linked to K2, but Jason does join us now to share that he has confirmed more K2-related deaths.
Yeah, during a 23-day stretch back in August and September, 5 inmates died in 3 different Arkansas prisons. Synthetic cannabinoids, or K2, has now been linked to 3 of those deaths. The other 2 remain under investigation.
And I said, there's got to be a reason that that boy just falls dead.
All that remains of 32-year-old Devin LeMay are his cremains. LeMay was 6 weeks away from freedom when he died alone in his prison cell at Bricky's in Lee County.
I said, please just tell me something. And she said, all right, Miss Parker, he OD'd from K2. They didn't want me to know that. This is all they sent home.
And Lisa Parker, Devin's older sister, didn't know for sure what caused Devin's death until she got word from the Arkansas Crime Lab this week. Cause of death, synthetic cannabinoid use. Manner of death, accidental.
He had written me several letters about, can you help me get restarted? You know, I've been here for 10 years. I don't even know where to start no more.
LeMay is the 3rd K2-related prison death Channel 7 has been able to confirm since our first special report on this issue back in November. 30-year-old Cody Brickner was serving a 4-year sentence out of Scott and Sebastian counties. He died September 2nd at Tucker Max. A state police investigation determined that Brickner died as a result of synthetic cannabinoid toxicity. The report notes that K2 and Spice, these designer drugs, have been shown to have highly potent toxic effects in humans. 29-year-old Kenneth Jones was serving a 25-year sentence out of Baxter County. He was found dead in his cell at Cummins Prison on September 9th. A state police report indicates there was evidence of K2 abuse at the scene. K2 may be linked to at least 2 other deaths, James Walker, who was at Cummins, and Anthony Howard, who was at Bricky's, but the state police is still investigating. Despite the danger, synthetic drugs have become increasingly popular in prison, primarily because they're hard to detect. An inmate who fails a drug or alcohol test is subject to a month in isolation, a loss of privileges, or worse. While some correctional officers have been fired for smuggling in contraband, there have been few prosecutions. Lisa Parker fears that no one's trying to find out, or worse, that no one cares who supplied the K2 that killed her brother. Parker also believes it is most likely prison employees who are supplying K2 to prison inmates, but she has another possibility. Those visiting for religious reasons.
Also, while we're there, a Catholic minister, quote, who knows if he was or not, brings in a briefcase and walks. He said, oh, that is for communion. He never was checked. Never did they x-ray, check him or anything.
Now, we requested an interview with State Prison Director Wendy Kelly, but we're told her schedule is booked. So we submitted 2 written questions. What new steps are being taken to keep K2 and other drugs out, and is anyone being prosecuted? Well, the ADC has installed new body scanning equipment at the 4 maximum security facilities. 6 officers recently received special training to better identify contraband rings, and Director Kelly is pushing for more prosecutions related to criminal activity inside Arkansas prisons. Speaking of prosecutions, in 2015 there were 13 contraband-related cases investigated by the state police that resulted in 2 convictions. In 2016, 23 contraband investigations resulted in 8 convictions, and the numbers for 2017, well, they're still being tabulated. It should be noted that contraband is not just K2. It can include weapons, cell phones, even cigarettes. We're not aware of any charges involving supplying drugs that led to an inmate's death.
But this mounting body count is really troubling, and it needs to stop at all costs. Jason, thank you very much.
Arkansas State Police are investigating the death of yet another young man found dead inside his prison cell. 7 on your side's Jason Pederson reports that the death comes on the heels of completed investigations into 2 other deaths.
And all 3 of these inmate deaths occurred at the East Arkansas Regional Unit at Bricky's near Marianna. Last year, the prison averaged nearly 1 incident per day involving the synthetic drug K2. D'Angelo Merriweather was constantly in trouble during his 4 years in prison. Sentenced on drugs and firearms charges out of Greene County, Merriweather would get in trouble for failing to obey orders, trafficking and trading, and for being under the influence. Early Friday, he was found unresponsive in his single-man cell. The Arkansas State Police is now investigating his death. On Thursday, the state police shared the findings of 2 other inmate death investigations. Both died at Bricky's. 55-year-old Philip Hardy died on February 4th. The state police investigation, obtained under the Freedom of Information Act, found that a search of Hardy's property found a piece of tissue rolled up inside a bowl, and inside the tissue contained some leafy substance that appeared to be K2, synthetic marijuana. 32-year-old Devin LeMay died on August 29th. According to the state police investigative report, the Arkansas State Crime Lab concluded the cause of death was through the use of synthetic marijuana. The investigations into these deaths did not determine how each inmate got K2 while inside prison. It is either coming in by way of prison officials, by way of prison visitors, or it's being tossed over the perimeter fences or placed somewhere else where an inmate can find it.
The ADC met with an Arkansas company Friday morning to discuss improving perimeter security. Cellular Data Solutions is already working with South Carolina's prison system in an effort to keep contraband out.
All right, Jason Pederson tonight. Thanks so much. Changes in the mail policy and the installation of new body scanners are being credited with a dramatic decrease in K2 incidents in Arkansas prisons this year.